let's shift focus to another sector. Let's talk about cement, because the entire space is going to be in focus today on the back of the price pressures that we've been seeing persisting for quite some time when it comes to this entire pack. So my colleague Ashesha, who tracks this sector closely, is here with a report on what's happening with this entire space. Ashesha, over to you.
Well, yes, cement prices have corrected nearly 10% in the last 6 months, and now if we look at the price trend over the last decade or so, cement prices are back to where they were 10 years ago. So if we look at the prices in March 2015, they were trading at about 340 rupees per bag, and cement prices now are also at the same levels at about 350 to 360 rupees per bag. Before we move on to the demand-supply dynamics in the cement industry, let's talk about how larger players have been gaining market share for the last several years. So market share of the top 5 players stood at about 40% in FY15, which rose to 50% in FY20 and is expected to rise to 55% by FY25. In fact, some analysts also expect that the market share of top 5 players is expected to rise to 70% over the next couple of years on account of aggressive capex and expansion plans that these top 5 players have been undergoing. Let's also talk about a couple of other metrics then, and the next is why smaller players are struggling, and this is on account of the capex and highly competitive intensity at which top 5 players have been working. So competition from top 5 players has been intensifying, because of which smaller players are struggling. Weak brand positioning and stretched balance sheet position of the unorganized cement market is also why smaller players continue to struggle. Next, let's move on to the demand-supply dynamics that is taking place in the cement industry. So in FY23, cement demand stood at about 595 MTPA with demand at about 398 MTPA, which means that industry capacity utilization stood at about 67%. And consistently over the years, cement demand has been underpacing cement's capacity, and this trend is expected to continue for some more years. For instance, in FY25 also, capacity is expected to outpace demand, and this is expected to continue in FY27 as well. So looking at the current positioning in the cement industry and the fact that cement capacity continues to outpace cement demand, looks like cement pricing pressure is here to stay for some more time.
Thanks, Ashesha, for that update. Well, it does look like pricing pressure is here to stay for a while, and that is all about cement trends and how they're shaping up at this point.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.